Okay, so we've got three different types of equations here. This first type, example 1, these are what we saw yesterday. 6x minus 11 equals 31. We've got multiplication and then addition or subtraction, and we just are solving for x. So 6x minus 11 equals 31. What's the first one we're going to solve? So this is review of what we did yesterday. First thing we're going to do is we're going to add 11 to both sides of our equation. Zoom in, add 11. Our goal is to get x by itself. So then on the left side of our equation, we have 6x. On the right side of our equation, we have 31 plus 11, which is 42. From there, the next thing that we are going to do is to get x by itself, we need to get rid of that 6. That currently means 6 times x. Opposite of multiplying is dividing. So we're going to divide both sides by 6. Whoop, if I can write. So on the left side, we have x. On the right side, 42 divided by 6 is 7. Okay. If you're not taking notes with us right now, you should be. Or did you write it on the front? Oh, you already have it on the inside. Okay, awesome. Primo. Okay, any questions about solving two-step equations that are set up like this with no fractions? Okay, I am going to have you guys work on problem B then. So this one that's right below, negative 9x plus 7 equals 25. I would like for you to work on that for a moment. So I'm going to give you a couple moments to work on it, and then we're going to talk about it together. I want you guys to try that out since we already saw those on your assignments yesterday. There's nothing wrong with happening. Sorry. No, I'm not taking your seat. So redo 25 minus 7, you do 25 plus. Okay, I'm going to give you a few more moments, and then we're going to talk about it together. Summer, come grab one of these for me. You've only missed one example. Sorry if you're watching this video. We'll continue on in a moment. You can fast forward. That's what we're doing right now together. Hey, let's talk about this one. So we've got negative 9x plus 7 equals 25. What's the first step that y'all did? So you subtracted 7 or minus 7, negative 7, whatever way you want to think about it or say it. On the left side of our equation, we have negative 9x equals 25 minus 7 is 18. Awesome. Perfect. So Jasper's telling us we divide by negative 9. I agree. Yep, so once we divide by negative 9, these negative 9s cancel out, and then 18 divided by negative 9 is negative 2. So we get x equals negative 2. Any questions about that problem? In that case, we are going to move on and look at our two types of problems that we looked at in our quick write, where we've got where we've got fractions that we need to deal with now. So we looked at problems like this in our quick write, and we talked about how they were different. Miles had a really good word for us. This number is independent. It's separate from this fraction. So here is the key difference to how we solve a problem. There's a note sheet on your desk already. Here is the key difference to how we solve a problem that has a fraction and addition or subtraction. If what we are adding or subtracting is outside the fraction, we are going to add or subtract first. So I'm going to write that on the flap here. As a reminder to myself. So we're going to add or subtract first. If everything is being divided by what we're getting divided by, so in this one, the plus 3 is also getting divided by 6. So if everything is being divided, we are going to multiply first. So get those two notes to yourself down on the front of example 2 and example 3. And then we will do them. Carter, put your phone away, please. Okay, then, right? All right. Grab one of these. This is what we're on right now. Hey, so we've got those little notes. We are going to open up and we're going to do example 2a. So it's this one. It's x over 3 minus 12 equals negative 14. So the first thing that we are going to do with a problem like this, where what we are adding or subtracting is separate, is we are going to add or subtract. So the first thing we're going to do is add 12 to both sides. Taylor, put your phone away, please. So on the left side, we've got x over 3. And on the right side, we're adding 12. So we've got negative 14 plus 12, which is negative 2. Now the next thing that we need to do is get rid of that over 3. So when we have a fraction here, x over 3 means x divided by 3. The opposite of dividing is multiplying. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3. We're going to multiply by 3 on the left, multiply by 3 on the right. When we multiply by 3 on the left, what we're doing is canceling those out. So now we just have x on the left equals negative 2 times 3, which is negative 6. What was that? The one right below it. Yes, example 2b. Hey, so let's do another example of that same type of problem. So if what we are adding or subtracting is outside of our fraction, we've got to get rid of it first. So the first thing we're going to do in this next one is get rid of that plus 8. So we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. We've got x over negative 2 now equals, and then 1 minus 8 is negative 7. Yes. So we're currently dividing negative 2. We always want to do the opposite. So this means x divided by negative 2. So since we want to do the opposite, we are going to multiply both sides by negative 2. So multiply by negative 2 on both sides. On the left side, those negative 2's cancel. So we've got x equals. And then on the right side, yes. I appreciate that you are engaged. But when you say the answer before I haven't even finished my sentence, other people stop thinking. So if I want an answer, I'll ask. Thank you. So a negative times negative is positive. 7 times 2 is 14. All right. Any questions about either of those examples so far? Okay. We only have one more type we need to do then, and this is the type where we are going to multiply first. So we've got 2 more examples on the example 3 tab where we need to multiply first, and then we will be done with notes, and you guys can get started working on your assignment. So last examples, x plus 3 over 6 equals 2. Anytime everything is getting divided, we are going to multiply first. So first thing we're going to do in this one, multiply everything by 6. So we multiply by 6 on the left. We multiply by 6 on the right. When we multiply by 6 on the left, this 6 and 6 are canceling out. We don't need to do anything with the 6 on top. So all we have left on the left is x plus 3. Yep. On the right side, we have 2 times 6, which is 12. Just have 12.
Oh, and then you do the, like,
What was it? Yeah, subtract. So then the last thing we need to do to get x by itself is get rid of that plus 3. So we're going to subtract 3 from both sides. And we get x equals 12 minus 3, which is 9. Okay. Any questions on that one? In that case, our very last one, we've got x minus 17 over 5 equals negative 4. So same 2 steps, just different numbers and therefore a different answer. So the first thing that we're going to do, get rid of that over 5. We're going to multiply both sides by 5. These 5's cancel out, so all I have here is x minus 17. And on the right side, negative 4 times 5 is negative 20.
So if you multiply negative, it would be
A
a negative.
negative times a positive is negative.
you get 2 positives.
A negative times a negative is positive, though. But if only one of them is negative and you're multiplying or dividing, it's going to end up negative. Good question. When multiplying and dividing.
I will,
Okay. Last thing that we need to do, get rid of that minus 17. So we'll add 17 to both sides. And we'll get x equals negative 20 plus 17. Negative 20 plus 17 is negative 3. I owe you $20. I only pay you 17 back. I still owe you 3. Okay. Any questions right now? Okay. We are going to glue these into our notebooks. because this is a like foldable that I got from somewhere else and it's not one that I made, it doesn't say 1.2 on it. So what we're going to do is in your notebook, somewhere at the top of the next page, so you have your 1.1 notes glued in, flip the page. You guys can write down 1.2 notes and then glue it in sideways. It doesn't fit this way, so don't glue it this way. Glue it in sideways. And it fits perfectly right there. So I just labeled the top 1.2, so I knew which section it was.
So after when we already go down, put it.
Yep. So I have 1.1 on the page before. I labeled this page 1.2. And then I don't need to label it. Solving two-step equations is already right there. So I don't need to relabel that. Okay. Stop.